Have you ever been in a conversation where suddenly everything just stops?
Oh, you mean that awkward silence? Where you both just look at your phones or your drinks and pray for a miracle?
Exactly. It's even worse when you're speaking English as a second language because you start thinking, is it because of my English? Did I say something wrong? What was the word for awkward again?
And then the panic starts. Your brain freezes and the silence feels like it lasts for hours, even if it's only 5 seconds.
Well, today we're going to make sure that never happens to you again. We have some secret weapons, techniques that native speakers use to keep the conversation flowing naturally.
This isn't just about vocabulary, guys. It's about a strategy. By the end of this episode, you'll have a toolbox of phrases and methods to keep anyone talking, from a stranger at a party to a potential boss.
Let's start with the first technique. It's the most important one, the echo technique.
I love this one because it's so easy. You don't even need to think of new words.
Exactly. The echo technique is just repeating the last few words of what the other person said, but with a rising intonation, like a question.
Yeah, I had a really long weekend. I spent most of it hiking in the mountains.
You would say hiking in the mountains?
And now I have to explain more. I'll tell you which mountains, who I was with, and how the weather was. You didn't even ask a real question, but you kept me talking.
It's like giving the other person a nudge to keep going. It shows you're listening and it gives your brain time to think of what to say next.
Okay, but what if the echo technique isn't enough? That's where we use the spiking technique.
Spiking is when you add a little bit of personal information to your answer instead of just saying yes or no.
This is a huge mistake English learners make. If I ask you, do you like London? And you just say, yes, I do, the conversation is dead. You just killed it, Leo.
I'm sorry. To spike that answer, I should say, yes, I do. Actually, I'm a huge fan of the parks there, especially Richmond Park. Have you been?
See, now I have 3 things to talk about: London, parks, or Richmond Park. You've given me hooks to catch.
Think of a conversation like a game of tennis. If you just catch the ball and hold it, the game stops. You have to hit it back.
Now, let's talk about the free information rule. When someone is talking, they often drop little seeds of information that aren't the main topic.
Give us an example, Emma.
Suppose I say, I'm so tired today because my dog kept me up all night barking at the neighbor's new car.
Okay, there's a lot of free information there. I could ask about the dog, the neighbors, or the car.
Exactly. A lot of people only focus on the tired part. But if you listen for the free information, you'll never run out of topics. You could say, oh, what kind of dog do you have? Or, wait, did your neighbor get a cool car?
It's all about being a detective in the conversation. Look for the clues.
But what happens if the topic is truly finished? We've talked about the dog, the car, and the mountains. Now it's quiet. What do?
This is when you use the statement lead. Instead of asking a boring question like, what do you do for fun? You make an observation.
Like what?
Like, you look like someone who travels a lot, or I get the feeling you're into tech.
Oh, that's interesting. Why is that better than a question?
Because even if you're wrong, the person will correct you and explain why. If I say, you look like a traveler, and you say, actually, I hate flying, now we're talking about why you hate flying. It's much more psychological and engaging.
It feels more personal. People love talking about themselves and their identity.
Now, let's get into some emergency phrases. These are for when the silence has already started and you need to break it.
My favorite one is, that reminds me.
Oh, that's a classic. Even if what you're about to say has nothing to do with the previous topic, you can say, that reminds me, and everyone will just follow you.
It's a bridge. You can also use, I was meaning to ask you. This is great if you're talking to someone you already know a little bit.
Or if it's a stranger, you can just comment on the environment. We call this contextual talk. Talk about the music, the food, or how crowded the room is.
It's a bit loud in here, isn't it? Or, have you tried these spring rolls? They're actually amazing. It's simple, but it breaks the ice.
Emma, I want to talk about something that often causes the silence, and that is the interview mode.
Oh, I know what you mean. That's when you ask question after question after question. Where are you from? What do you do? Do you like it here? How long are you staying?
It feels like a police interrogation. It makes the other person feel pressured, and they'll start giving shorter and shorter answers.
To avoid interview mode, use the 1-to-1 ratio. For every question you ask, you should share one opinion or story of your own.
Balance is key. Conversation is a give and take.
Let's do a little demo, Leo. Let's pretend we're at a boring networking event. I'll start, and you try to keep the conversation going using the techniques we've discussed.
Challenge accepted.
So, Leo, do you live near here?
I do. I'm just a 10-minute walk away in the East End. It's a bit noisy, but I love the coffee shops there. Do you prefer living in a quiet area or somewhere with more action?
Definitely quiet. I live way out in the suburbs.
The suburbs. I bet the air is much better there. But don't you find the commute a bit long?
Actually, I work from home, so it's not too bad. But I do miss the energy of the city sometimes.
I can imagine. That reminds me, I read an article saying that more people are moving back to the city this year because they're bored of their gardens. Do you think you'll ever move back?
Stop. That was perfect. You didn't let the conversation die, and you didn't make me feel like I was in an interview.
It takes practice, but once you start looking for those hooks and free information, it becomes like a game.
One more tip for our listeners: the power of the pause.
Wait, didn't we say we want to avoid silence?
Yes, but there's a difference between an awkward silence and a confident pause. Sometimes, if you just wait 2 seconds after someone finishes speaking, they will feel the need to fill that space with more details.
So you're using the silence as a tool to get them to talk more. That's clever.
It shows you're not in a rush, and you're actually thinking about what they said. It makes you sound very advanced.
So let's recap our no more awkward silences plan. Use the echo technique to nudge them, spike your answers with personal details, listen for free information, use statement leads instead of just questions, have your emergency phrases like "that reminds me" ready to go.
And most importantly, relax. If there is a silence, it's not just your responsibility. It takes 2 people to have a conversation, and it takes 2 people to have a silence.
Exactly. Don't put all the pressure on yourself. If the other person isn't hitting the ball back, maybe they're just boring.
True. But with these techniques, you'll at least know that you did your part.
We've been talking for 20 minutes now, and basically, we've given you the ultimate survival guide for social situations.
I'm convinced that if you try just one of these techniques today, you'll feel a massive difference in your confidence.
So here is your homework. Next time you're talking to someone, even in your native language, try the echo technique or the spiking technique. See how it changes the flow.
And let us know in the comments, what's your biggest fear when it comes to talking to native speakers? Is it the silence or something else?
We want to hear your stories. Don't forget to subscribe to Leo and Emma English for more tips on how to sound like a natural.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.
See ya!